Assalamu alaikum everyone. I honestly don't even know if I should be recording this video. If you go to my Instagram, I posted a picture of myself at 3 a.m. And honestly, I've been just going through some things. All personal. I did it to myself, if that makes sense. And for the past 3 to 4 days, not really, the past like 3 days to be honest with you, I've been lost. I've been lost. That's the way to put it. You know, when you're like driving without GPS, that's what life felt like for the past 3 days. Even though it's Ramadan, it was plagued with so much overthinking. It was plagued with so much overthinking. Yeah, so much overthinking to the point where I was questioning my existence. I was questioning so many weird things in this, like just questioning my self-development, questioning everything. And I don't even know, alhamdulillah, I think I've gotten a little bit back on track. I've with Allah's permission, I've picked myself up and I put myself on the road. And I think I did put a destination. I did put a GPS. Like I put a destination now. And there is a destination to work towards. And I feel a lot better. But the lesson that I want to share with you guys is going to be a very short one because I'm not in I don't even know if I should be recording this video. I don't know if I'm going to even upload this. But the lesson that I want to share with you guys that I feel like is going to help you as well is that complacency is from the devil. It's from shaitan. Complacency. And that's what I've been really feeling for the past 3 days. When you're complacent, you have no destination, you have no meaning, you have no purpose, you have no reason, you have nothing to do, and life is just unfulfilling. You're like depressed, semi-depressed. It's just like life has no meaning, there's nothing to look forward to. You have all of this time, all of this energy, but none of it is being used. You know what I'm trying to say? You have all this time and energy, none of it is being used. This level of complacency, which I've been feeling for the past 3 days. And it was eating my mind, guys. It was eating my mind. I was just I want to do something, but I just complacent. I was just sitting there. It's almost as if I have a brain. Obviously, I have a body. But the body is as if it was paralyzed because the brain wasn't functioning properly. I had a fully functioning body, but it's as if it was paralyzed because the mind wasn't working. The mind was working, but I was overthinking. And if the mind isn't set straight, then the body isn't going to work. To be complacent, I realized that it's a choice. Complacency is a choice. To be complacent is a choice that leads to an unfulfilling life. And it's up to you to make that choice and with Allah's permission to get out of the complacent life so you can actually do something with your life. So we can actually do something with ourselves. Especially this Ramadan. I don't know why for the past 3 days. I wish it didn't come this Ramadan, but I think this feeling of being complacent and just having zero purpose and overthinking, I think it was maybe a blessing from Allah Azza wa Jal that it did come this Ramadan so that I can spend the rest of the Ramadan in a better way. But complacency is truly something that we choose as human beings. And so I honestly just didn't do much for the past 3 days. You know, yesterday, I'll be honest, I got 1 hour of sleep. And with that 1 hour of sleep, somehow with Allah's permission, I literally made dua. I literally told Allah, oh Allah, I don't know how I'm gonna drive. I don't know how I'm gonna go to class. I don't know how I'm gonna be doing 3 midterms in a row. Yes, 3 midterms in a row I had yesterday. And I was like, oh Allah, honestly, I'm on 1 hour of sleep. I'm just gonna rely on you at this, obviously, but genuinely, please give me some energy. That kind of alhamdulillah tawakkul. And alhamdulillah, it happened yesterday. You know, I did the midterms, they went pretty well, I think. You know, I went to Tarawih, I did my cardio even with 1 hour of sleep and fasting and no water. Alhamdulillah. But yet there's still this one thing on my mind, which is the complacent feeling of what do I do with my life? I got completely lost, still completely lost. And alhamdulillah, I've been getting back on track again. and it feels good. But you know when you're back on track, but you're still like kind of doubting it. That's sort of a little bit of how I feel, but I don't think I'm doubting it anymore. Honestly, guys, okay, for the past 3 years, I've been on this journey of self-improvement. For the past 3 years, I've decided to, cut off my best friends at the time. I cut them off because I realized like they were kind of holding me back. I realized that they're holding me back and stuff like that, and they weren't going with the same journey as I was going through. So I decided to, I kind of need to like, cut them off instead of working hard towards their mission of making money online, getting into shape, bettering ourselves as men. It was almost as if like it was just like we were distracting ourselves every almost like so many nights, so many weeks. I would skip the gym if I was with them. I would, eat bad food. It felt like I was being held back because I got to a point where I started to realize like I I don't want to be average, and it's because I accepted that there is no other way to live but to continuously grow. If I want to become someone who's successful, I can't live like how every other person is living. And this is not to be arrogant, it's just like how you do your things. Like, for example, if we do things that everyone else is doing, you would agree with me that we would be like everyone else, correct? If we lived how everyone else is living, we would be like everyone else, right? And so I realized that, when I got onto this path 3 years ago, I realized I need to make a full commitment. And I realized that I need to, if I want to be different, I have to live differently. If I want to be successful, I have to be a different human being. I have to have a routine, and I have to live by that routine. I have to make sacrifices, because all that was in my head at that point was to become successful, and that's still all in my head right now. All that was in my head was that, to reach the top. All that was in my head was to keep growing. The pain of where I was so much more than the comfort of where I was. The pain of staying the same, the pain of being weak, the pain of having no money, the pain of having no purpose, the pain of the man I was, distracted by bad habits, addicted to bad habits. That gave me no fulfillment, and I was left there depressed. Let me tell you guys, depression is a byproduct of a certain state of living. A lot of people say I'm depressed and I was born depressed and this and this and this, and let me tell you, like, no one's born depressed. I don't believe that. Depression is a byproduct. Depression is a byproduct of a certain state of living. Your brain, your body gets into this depressed, sad state when you continuously do things that get you into that depressed, sad state. The chasing of dopamine, the chasing of instant gratification, all day long. The not going through pains, not growing, not getting better. All of that leads to a state of nihilism. It leads to a state of there's nothing to do with my life. There's no purpose or meaning with my life. And then the bad habits are just visual representations. The reason why people need to go scroll on the train is because they need some level of dopamine, because they're not getting that from the other things that they do in the day, because there's no purpose involved. And so for me, the pain of where I was so much higher that all I could do is grow. If I was depressed because I was living like the average kid, like the average 18-year-old, and that made me depressed, and I realized I was wasting my potential. And I realized that I need to become a new man. Last night at like 1 a.m., I was writing a journal. And the journal was about the same thing. Alhamdulillah, my complacency, this idea of being complacent has gone down, because I realized I need to become a new man. Because when I become a new man, when I live differently, when I do things that are different, when all I focus on is growing myself and making myself into a better man, then inshallah ta'ala I can then achieve the fruits of this life. Then I can go actually be successful. And that I can actually, every day I'm waking up to grow myself, to work, to get the work done, to do things that are needed to do as a man, so that in the future I can live a better existence. That is some level of meaning in life now. That is some level of purpose in life now, isn't it? When you wake up and all you're obsessed with is growing so that tomorrow you can live a better existence, so that you can make the situation of your family better. And that's what I realized. All I want to see is just the version of myself that's constantly growing, constantly getting better, this purposeful living. Because at the end of the day, if we want to live a successful life, we need to be a successful person. And that requires having successful habits. That requires having a successful routine. That requires having a successful mindset. And successful, I don't just mean money. I mean truly successful in all areas of life. I realized that I need to reinvent myself and become a new man. As I thought that, I was so much more advanced on the self-improvement path, I realized I'm still a beginner. This doesn't matter if I've been on this path for 3 years, because I should be much farther ahead. So I'll keep you guys updated. I know today's Ramadan diary isn't really about the deen as much, and I really apologize for that because it's Ramadan. But this is just something I was going through, and this is something I learned. So I decided, you know what? Sharing something is probably better than sharing nothing. I know this wasn't the best of videos. I know I could have made a much better video with much better energy, but this is just me being me right now. So yeah, guys. Hopefully this somewhat resonated with you. Inshallah ta'ala, my next Ramadan diary will be a lot better the more I continuously try to grow. And then the more I try to figure things out. And with Allah's permission, anything is possible. And so yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Assalamu alaikum. Have a blessed Ramadan.